Hi guys, in this video I'm going to continue working on login and registration page. This is video number 2. In video number 1 I have created a user interface, and in video number 2 I'm going to write Swift code. So let's continue. I will start with registration page. Okay, before I can do anything, I need to create a view controller for this page. So I'm going to go and create view controller. New file, iOS source, code touch class, next, and I'll call it register page view controller, language Swift, next. Okay, come back to main storyboard, and now I need to associate this newly created register page view controller with my user interface. I will click on view controller, then expand utilities panel, and under identity inspector I need to provide a custom class for it, and I called it register page view controller. Hit enter. That's it. I don't need utilities anymore. I will open assistant editor. Okay, so this is our user interface, and this is our register page view controller. First of all, I need to read values that user types into email, password, and repeat password fields. So I need to insert outlets. Control, click, drag, and drop. I'll insert outlet for each. So this will be user email, text field, user password, text field, repeat password, text field. Okay, so outlets are created, and the time I need to read this value is when user taps on register button. So let's connect register button, and this connection type should be action. Select action, I'll tap it and name it register button tapped. Okay. Okay, so when user taps on register button, I need to read user email, password, and repeat password. So I'll say let user email equals text field text. Let user password equals user password text field. Text. Let user repeat password. I'll just copy and paste. It's taking a time to auto-suggest me. Okay, now I have the values. Well, next I want to check for empty fields. Because I do not want user to submit empty form. Next, I want to display message. No, I want to actually save store data and display alert message with confirmation. Okay, so let's check if let's make sure fields are not empty. User password. If one of them is empty, use a repeat password. So if one of them is empty, I want to display alert message and return, because I do not want user to continue. Okay, I will display alert message and return. Another thing that I need to actually do is to make sure that password and repeat password match. So check if passwords match. And if they do not match, also I should not let user continue. So I'll say if user password not equals user repeat password, I will also display an alert message and return. I do not want user to continue. Okay, so because there is 2 times I'm going to display alert message, I will create a separate function so I can reuse it. But first, let's actually create it right away. Yeah, let's create it right away. So I need a function to display alert message. Let's call it display my alert message, and I need it to display a text, right? So in this case, we'll say all fields are required. And in the second case, we'll say passwords do not match. Okay, so our function will be called display alert message. All right? And it will accept user message as string. Okay, so let's delete this. I'm not going to use it. Okay, so alert. I'm going to use alert controller, and alert controller has title. What should I call it? I'll call it just alert. And the message, which is user message, it comes from here. Just make sure I'm not mistyping. And preferred, preferred style will be UI alert controller alert. For some reason, it's taking a long time for auto suggestion to show up. Let me build it and make sure I did not mistype anything. What is it? Right. Or user repeat password is empty. I like to check things earlier to make sure I'm not UI alert controller. Why is it? Oh, right, it should be style. Controller style. Okay, let's build it. Yeah, right, that's correct. Should build successfully. Okay, so now I have an alert. Now I need to create an action. So an action is basically a button that will have an action. So I'll call it okay action equals UI alert action, and that will be, will have a title. I'll just call it, okay, this will be my button label, style UI alert action style, which is default, and handler, which I don't need in here. Handler will be new. Okay, and we need to add action. So my alert, add action, we have called it, okay, action. Okay, and the last thing that we need to present this alert, self present view controller. It's going to be my alert, animated, true, and completion nil. Okay, so we have a function to display alert message. Let's build it. Again, right, lowercase. Let's build it again. Succeed. Okay. Okay, so if user email or password or repeat password, if one of these fields is empty, we display alert message and we do not let user continue. If passwords do not match, we display an alert message with the message passwords do not match, and we return. If everything is okay, we can store data and display confirmation alert message. So storing data, in your case, you will probably send data to server side and then record it into a database. But for this example, I'm going to store it locally because it's a subject of a different video to create a server-side script. A database could be different, could be MySQL, could be any other database server. Programming language could be Java, PHP, any other programming language. So I'll keep it simple for this example. So I'll store it in actually in user defaults. And as user defaults, but please keep in mind that in view live applications, you do not store registration data on user device. Normally, you want to have it on server side. Okay, so in this user defaults, standard user defaults set object. Let's store first, what is it? User email for key, and we'll just use the same user email. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste to make it faster. So we have user email, and then we need to save user password. User email and user password, we'll need these values, and we need to like kind of synchronize. Let's build it to make sure I do have typos. And this user default, standard default, yes, of course. Synchronize. What is it? Synchronize. Yes, good. Okay, so we have stored user details, and the last thing, display confirmation message. Yes, and display confirm. In this case, I can't reuse my function to display alert message because I actually need to handle user action. As soon as a user taps on OK button, I want to dismiss this view controller so that a login page is presented. So I will actually need to reuse this. Let me copy and paste. So I need an alert message but in this case I will actually type a different message. What is it? Registration is successful. Thank you. Okay, so that will be an alert. I will have OK button, but again, I need to handle user action, so I will need to actually implement handler. I'll need to implement handler. Okay, and once user taps on OK button, I want to simply dismiss oh, come on, dismiss view controller mated true completion nil. Completion nil. So let me build it. Build success. Okay, so I guess this is it. We checked for empty values. We checked if passwords match. We store and we dismiss. Let's run it. Let's see if everything is working. When you run your project for the very first time, it takes a little time to start up simulator, but once I do it, the next time I run it, it will be faster. So let's wait a little. Yes, it is here. Okay, so here's our login page. Let's click on register. So let's test. Okay, I will not type anything. I will submit it right away. So it says all fields are required. Very good. So provide my email address, sergey@erslandia.com. I will provide dummy password and another dummy password. Let's see if our code for checking passwords work. Register, passwords do not match. Very good. So now let me actually type same passwords, 1 2 3 4 1 oops, clear 1 2 3 4 register. Oops, something went wrong. What is it? Register. So I should store username and password, and then I should display alert controller. I have alert controller action. All right, I'm not displaying. I'm not presenting actually a view controller, and I'm not adding action. Oh my god! So I need to add action. My alert. Add action button. Okay, action. Right, and then self. I need to present it. Present view controller animated true and completion nil. Right, so I add my OK action and I present my view controller. Okay, save it, stop, let's run it again. Oops, self present view controller. All right. Oh my god. My alert. I'm presenting my alert and should be animated and completion nil. Present view controller alert animated build. Good, working. Okay, register. Sergey at Erslandia. Password 1234 1234. Register. Registration successful. Thank you. And it dismisses. Very good. I've noticed a typo. Successful. Registration successful. Thank you. So it's working. Let's do it again. Start, register, Sergey at Icelandium. Icelandia, password 1234, 1234. Register. Successful. Thank you. Good. And it's dismissed. So now I can log in. But before I can log in, I need to write code for that page. So I will scroll up, select View Controller. I don't have View Controller for login page, so I need to create it first. So I'll go User Login, New File, iOS Source, Kakao Touch, Next, and that will be Login, View Controller, Swift Language. Next. Okay, View Controller is created. I'll go back to main storyboard, and I need to associate this View Controller with Login View Controller page. So I'll select View Controller. It's not updating, so I will go to Automatic. Login View Controller. Come on, let's close it. Open Assistant Editor again. Oh, I'm very sorry. I need my Utilities panel. View Controller. I'll go into Identity Inspector, and here I need to type Login View Controller. Right? Login View Controller. Yes. So now it's associated. I close it. I can open Assistant Editor. Okay, so it's here. Login View Controller, Login View Controller. Okay, and with Login View Controller, just the same thing. The first thing that I need to do is I need to connect my, I need to insert outlets. So this one is for email. So let's call user email text field. And we need to create for user password text field. Very good. So outlets are connected, and we need to connect login button. So I insert in this case it should be action type connection. Login button tapped. Okay. So first, I need to read values that user types for email and password. So I'll let user email equals user email text field text. Let user password equals user, come on, yes, password text field text. Okay, so we have user email and password, and the second thing that we need to do is we need to read user email and password that we have stored. But in your case, you will need to send user email and password to the server side, do validation there, and responds back with a JSON document telling mobile application whether login successful or not. But I will do validation on more on mobile device. So I need to read email and password I have stored. So I will read it from a user defaults. Email stored equals ns user user defaults standard user defaults, that should be string for key, and the key is user email we used, right? And for password user password stored. And for password, I think that was user password, just the same key. Okay, so we have user email that user typed, and we have user email that user stored. User password stored. Now let's see if they match, right? So if user email stored is equals to user email, if email addresses are correct, and if user password stored is equals to user password, then login is successful, right? Then login is successful. Else, we need to display, if one of these conditions is not true, we need to display alert message and not let user in. So you know how to display alert messages, so I will not go into it. I'll just, but I will create a flag, kind of, flag, so that rigid login is successful, and I will need that flag in my initial view. So I'll explain you a little bit later. So let's store again in user defaults information that login is successful. And as user defaults, just copy it to save you time, and we will set boolean value will be true for key. How should I call it? Oops, sorry. For key, let's call it is user login. Is user logged in, and we need to sync it. Come on. No, doesn't want. Synchronize. Right. Built. Okay, very good. So if user login is successful, we need to store information that user is successfully logged in, and we don't need login view anymore. So we need to dismiss it. Self dismiss view controller, animated, true, completion, nil, right? The user is logged in, so we can hide login page. Dismiss view controller. Let's build it. Make sure there's no typo. Very good. But if one of these conditions is not true, if email doesn't match or password doesn't match, we want to display an alert message. So I'm not going to go there because we have just you already know how to display alert messages. So let's run it and see if it works. Okay, so we have login. I'm not going to register. I have an account already, and my account was Sergey at Ruslandia. Let's type password which is not correct. Blah blah blah. This password is not correct, so it doesn't let me in. I will clear it and I'll type password that I have created. 1234. Log in. Hey, it doesn't work. Something is wrong. Okay, guys, I have paused the video for a second just to quickly look, and I noticed that when I was debugging, I didn't notice one very important thing, and I'll show you what was that. Sergey at erslandia.com 1234 login. So if I continue playing and then I continue debugging, login. Okay, notice that user email is correct, user password is correct, user email stored is correct, but user password stored is email address. So it should be password 1234, and I know where I made a mistake. So I go back to registration page, and I see that for email key I stored email address, but for password I've stored email again. So I need to change that, and that means I need to register again. So let me run and test it again. So I need to register. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 register, successful, done. And let's log in. 1 2 3 4 login. Let's play it. Okay, go. Disappears. Very good, very well. So it works. If email stored equals password stored equals store and dismiss. Very good. And the reason it pops up back is because we do not check for this key. Let's go back to our main view, main storyboard. When protected page loads, it immediately presents us with login. When I type username and password, it hides it dismisses login view, comes back to protected page, but protected page loads login view controller right away. So let's go there and see what's going on in protected page. Okay, so in view did appear, we immediately show the login view, and this one we need to correct. We need to present login view only if user is not logged in. So let's read our flag. Is user logged in? Is user logged in equals user default, standard user defaults, and that was boolean for game, and the key was, what was the key? Login view controller is user login. So the key was is user login. Okay, so if user is not logged in, then we present login view controller. Otherwise, we do not present. We do not show login page. So let's run it. Okay, very good. So now login doesn't pop up, but we don't know if it really works. So let's create actually a logout page quickly. So I will need a button. Let's put it in the middle. And that button will be logout. Logout button. Hide utilities panel, expand system editor, and this is view controller. Insert action, log out button tapped. Okay. And we will set it back to false. We'll copy it from here. View controller. Okay, when log out button is stop, we need to set our flag to false. Is user logged in? False. Synchronize. And present a login view. So let's run it. So we're now logged in, log out, and we immediately see login page. Let's stop it, run it again. We immediately see login page. Stop it, run it again. We immediately see login page. We log in. We're logged out. I mean, we're logged in, and I see protected page, and if I need to log out, I tap on log out. Okay, so this is it. I'm just thinking I'm going to create video number 3, and in this video I'm going to show you how to start mobile application with the login page right away, so you don't actually see protected page, because in this example, if I run it for a little second, I see protected page, and then login page pops up. So I will create another video to show you how to create an app that will start with login page right away. Thank you very much. Stay tuned, and let's be in touch.